The door opened. I stopped. Beyond it, orcs lined both sides of the corridor. They had been watching for me. The moment I appeared, they roared their approval. They did not attack. They simply stood, clashed guns against blades, and hooted brute enthusiasm. I had been subjected to too many celebratory parades on Armageddon not to recognize one when it confronted me. I went numb from the unreality before me. I stepped forward, though. I had no choice. I walked. It was the most obscene victory march of my life. I moved through corridor Holden Bay, and the massed ranks of the greenskins hailed my passage. I saw the evidence of the destruction I had caused around every bend. Scorch marks, patched ruptures, buckled flooring, collapsed ceilings, but it hadn't been enough. Not nearly enough. Only enough for this. At length I arrived at a launch bay. There was a ship on the pad before the door. It was human, a small in-system shuttle. It was not built for long voyages, no matter, as long as its Vox system was still operative. I knew that it would be. Gajikul Maguruk Thraka awaited me beside the ship's access ramp. I did not let my confusion or the sense that I had slipped into an endless waking nightmare slow my stride. I did not hesitate as I strode towards the monster. I stopped before him. I met his gaze with all the cold hatred of my soul. He radiated delight. Then he leaned forward, a colossus of armor and bestial strength. Our faces were mere centimeters apart. My soul bears many scars from the days and months of my defeat and captivity. But there is one memory that, above all others, haunts me. By day it is a goad to action. By night it murders sleep. It lives with me always, the proof that there could hardly be a more terrible threat to the Imperium than this orc. Thraka spoke to me, not in Orcish, not even in Low Gothic, in High Gothic. "A great fight," he said. He extended a huge clawed finger and tapped me once on the chest. "My best enemy." He stepped aside and gestured to the ramp. "Go to Armageddon," he said. "Make ready for the greatest fight." I entered the ship, my being marked by words whose full measure of horror lay not in their content, but in the fact of their existence. I stumbled to the cockpit and discovered that I had a pilot. It was Commander Roga. His mouth was parted in a scream, but there was no sound. He had no vocal cords any longer. There was very little of his body recognizable. He had been opened up, reorganized, fused with the ship's control and guidance systems. He had been transformed into a fully aware servitor. "Take us out of here," I ordered. The rumble of the ship's engines powering up was drowned by the even greater roar of the orcs. I knew that roar for what it was, the promise of war beyond description,